Hello students, I welcome you all. I hope you all fine. Be safe in your home. In our last class, we just introduced the topic weather and climate. Okay, let's continue the topic. Children, you were aware that some days are hotter and some days are cold, some are winter and some are rainy, sometimes sunny in the morning and rainy in the afternoon. Yes, this happens because of the change in atmosphere of the place. This changes in the atmosphere over a short time are called weather. The changes up in the atmosphere over a short time are called weather. The regular pattern of a weather the place has over a long time is called climate. The world can be divided into 7 major climatic regions. Okay, the world can be divided into 7 major climatic regions. A place that has very hot summer and wet monsoon has hot and wet climate. Right, a place that has very cold winter and a pleasant summer has a cold climate. The way we live it depends on the climate. Okay, the way we live it depends on the climate. The kind of house is that we live will depends on climate of that place. The way we live it depends on the climate. The kind of house is that we live will depend on climate of that place. Weather can change a short period of a time, but the climate of a place does not change in hundreds of years. Okay, the weather can change a short period of a time, but the climate of a place does not change in hundreds of years. Okay, let us move on to that natural factors affecting Earth's climate. That factors that affects the climate. The first factor is a latitude, that is distance from the equator. The second, altitude, that is height above the sea level. The third one, distance from the sea. Okay, fourth one, direction of winds. And then the fifth one, humidity and the rain. Okay, what are the 5 factors that affects the climate? Latitude, that is the distance from the equator. Altitude, height above the sea level. The third one, distance from the sea. The fourth one, direction of a wind. Fifth one, humidity and the rain. Okay, let us see the first factor. A climate a place as depends on various factors. Okay, all of them are linked with geography of that place. All the factors are linked with geography of that place. The first factor is distance from equator or the latitude. Equator, that is the latitude of 0 degree, gets most direct rays from the sun. Okay, equator is that the latitude of it contains 0 degree and it gets most direct rays from the sun. The latitude of a place tell how closer or how far away from the equator. The place near the equator is hotter or warmer, and the place away from the equator has cold climate. Okay, as it doesn't get direct sunlight. Okay, because if the equator that gets the most direct rays from the sun, right? The place near the equator is hotter and the warmer, and then the place away from the equator has cold climate as it doesn't get direct sunlight. And then the second factors is the height above the sea level, or otherwise called altitude. Altitude of a place also affects the climate. That the hill stations such as Shimla, Ooty are cool even in summer, right? Most peaks in the Himalayas are covered with the snow and the ice even during summers. Okay, most peaks of the Himalayas are covered with the snow and ice even during the summers. This shows that place located at the higher altitudes are colder than those at lower altitudes, even if they are situated on the same latitude. Okay, the place located at the higher altitudes are colder than at the lower altitudes if they are situated on the same latitude. Then, like highlands like mountains and the plateaus are cooler than places near the seaside lands. Okay, highlands like mountains and plateaus are cooler than the places near the seaside lands because it has high peaks. Okay, then the third factor is distance from the sea. Distance from the sea also affects the climate of a place because of water heats or cools slowly than the land. Okay, the sea has an effect in both summer and the winter. In summer, the places far away from the sea are hot because the land heats up very quickly. Okay, places nearby the sea remains cooler as water takes a long time to heat. The places far from the sea are hot because the land heats up very quickly. The place by the sea remains cooler because water takes a long time to heat. Yes, then the places near the sea are also humid. Okay, humidity. This means that they have a lot of water vapors in the air. Humidity means they have a lot of water vapor in the air. Then high humidity is uncomfortable. Okay, for example, Andaman and Nicobar Island are near to the equator. Right, the climate here is hot and humid. High humidity is uncomfortable. Did you know, students, the climate on the earth has not always been as it is today. Okay, millions of years ago, there were periods when ice covered large parts of the earth. These periods are called ice ages. Okay, the climate on the earth has not always been as it is today. Millions of years ago, there were periods when ice covered large parts of the earth. These periods are called ice ages. And then direction of winds, the fourth factor. The direction, regular winds that blow at a particular time of year in an effect on climate. An example is a monsoon wind that blow with end in subcontinents. The southwest monsoon winds blows from early June to September and bring rain to most of the India. And the northeast monsoon winds, which blows in December to January, bring rain to southeastern coastal region in India. Once again, the southwest monsoon winds blows from early June to September and it bring rain to most of India. The northeast monsoon winds, which blows in December to January, brings rain to southeastern coastal regions in India. Weather and the climate happen because of geography, the earth atmospheres, and where a place is located on the earth. Okay, weather and the climate happen because of a change in weather and climate happen because of a geography, the earth's atmosphere, and where a place is located on the earth. And then humidity and rain. Humidity is called, this means that they have a lot of water vapor in the air, right? How does rain affect humidity? Humidity and rain, right? What is the connection between humidity and the rain? That means humidity is a part of everyday life. When water evaporates, it rises and disperses into a surrounding as the gaseous water state. When it rains, the humidity is at 100%, which is why the clouds are unable to hold any more water, so that it falls as rain. Okay, humidity is a part of everyday life. When water vapors evaporates, it rises and disperses into the surrounding air as the gaseous water vapor. When it rains, the humidity is at 100%, which is why the clouds are unable to hold any more water, so that it falls into by rain. Okay, let us recall it from the first. What are the 5 factors that affect the climate? The first one is latitude, that is distance from the equator. Equator, that is the latitude of 0 degree, gets most direct rays from the sun. And then the latitude of a place tell how closer or far away from the equator. The place near the equator is hotter or warmer, and the place away from the equator or cold climate, as it doesn't get direct sunlight. And then the second factor is altitude, the height above the sea level. That is, altitude of a place also affects the climate. Most peaks in the Himalayas are covered with snow and ice even during summers. The places located at the higher altitudes are colder than those at lower altitudes, even if they are situated in the same latitude. The highlands like mountains and the plateaus are cooler than the places near the seaside lands. And the third one is distance from the sea. Because of water heats on the cool slowly than the land, the sea has an effect in both summer and the winter. In summer, the places far away from the sea are hot because the land heats up very quickly. Places by the sea remain cooler as water takes a long time to heat, right? Places near the sea are called or also humidity. This means that they have a lot of water vapors in the air. And the fourth factor is direction of winds. An example is in monsoon winds, right? A southwest monsoon winds blows from early June to September and bring rain to most of India. The northeast monsoon winds, which blows in December and January, brings rain to southeastern coastal region in India. The change in weather and the climate happen because of geography, the Earth's atmosphere, and where a place is located on the Earth. And the fifth factor is humidity and the rain. Okay, humidity is called, it has more water vapor. Okay, how does it how the link with humidity and the rain? Humidity is a part of everyday life, right? When water evaporates, it rises and disperses into a surrounding air as a gaseous water vapor. When it rains, the humidity is at 100%, which is why the clouds are unable to hold any more water so that it falls into rain. At last, there is a recapitulation question. The water vapor or moisture present in the air is called, what is that? Yes, humidity. The world is divided into how many major climatic regions? Yes, 7. The world is divided into 7 major climatic regions. The dash of a place does not change over a long period of a time. Which does not change over a long period of a time? Yes, climate. A climate of a place does not change over a long period of a time, because the atmosphere over a short time are called weather. The regular pattern of a weather that plays as in over a long time is called climate. And the places near the coast have a which climate? Yes, moderate climate. The sun's rays fall directly on the areas near the equator, right? The water vapor or moisture present in the air is called humidity. The world is divided into 7 major climatic regions. The dash of a place does not change over a long period of time. As climate, a climate of a place does not change over a long period of a time. Places near the coast have a moderate climate. The sun's rays fall directly on the areas near the equator. Okay, till now we finish chapter 5. Okay, in next class we are going to see a new chapter. Okay, thank you students.